At one intersection, the crowd danced and chanted, "You're sexy, you're cute, take off your riot suit."
I'm directing this to the police and the military of every country on this planet. George Orwell, author of the book 1984, said, "If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear." So this information may be a bit unpleasant, but I would hope that most will not go into this modality, which I call emotional mind control. And this is responding to information which makes one feel unpleasant by rejecting the veracity of that information. And that is a very, very powerful form of mind control. Because something may make you feel bad does not mean that it is untrue. They call these individuals, and from first-hand experience, from their lips to my ears, they call these people our dogs. That is their name for the military and police. Our dogs. I have also sometimes heard them referred to simply as our pets. This is what they actually think of these people, as human pets. Human pets is how the dark occultists view the military and the police. And that can make you as uncomfortable as it gets, but that is the case. They're being used to take away natural inherent rights, which we all have as sovereign beings. We are all sovereign beings. And we don't need to ask anyone for our sovereignty. We are sovereign. The end, full stop, period, nothing else after it. We are sovereign. That means I own me, you own you. The end. That's it. That's all you really need to know. But these people are attempting to subvert other people's natural sovereignty and take away free speech and freedom of assembly.
Dear me, what are those things coming out of her nose?
Spaceballs!
Oh shit! There goes the planet.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow? Yo! Knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes.
If you're living in a bubble and you haven't got a care, well, you're gonna be in trouble, cause we're gonna steal your ass. Cause what you got is what we need, and all we do is dirty deeds. We're the Spaceballs! We're the Spaceballs!
So, Lone Star, now you see that evil will always triumph, because good is dumb.
No more than 2 people may gather anywhere without permission. Use only the drugs prescribed by your coach, your boss, or your supervisor. Shut up. Be happy. Obey all orders without question. The comfort you've demanded is now mandatory.
Rapid progress to where humans learn to control their military with drugs.
Sir, sickbay reports Lieutenant Torres' condition is better.
Oh, concern for one's fellow comrade. How touching.
And now a personal request, sir. Permission to clean up the bridge.
Lieutenant Worf is right, sir. Security chief, I can't just stand here and let...
Yes, you can, Lieutenant Yah. Oh, better. And later, on finally reaching deep space, humans, of course, found enemies to fight out there, too.
Well, it's a strange question, but could a nasal spray really stop someone from committing suicide?
The U.S. Army is asking that question as the military tries to stop more and more of our troops from taking their own lives. Brian Callanan has the story.
Well, the Army has invested $3 million into a research grant on this topic at the University of Indiana. Now, some vets in our area say studying how a nasal spray could stop a suicide sounds like a desperate move. But with military suicide numbers on their way to an all-time high this year, desperate measures may be called for. Volunteers at Coffee Strong near Joint Base Lewis McChord are guiding veterans to health and financial benefits.
Did your vision dramatically change in the service?
And Jim Morrison, a 65-year-old Navy vet, says he needs plenty of help, from diabetes to joint pain.
Well, there's 22 pills that I take every day.
But he doesn't take anything for his post-traumatic stress.
Talking to me is more help to deal with it than medication is.
So what does he think about the recent move by the Army to study a nasal spray that could ward off suicidal thoughts?
I'm not buying it.
The Army is buying it, spending $3 million to study a suicide-stopping neurochemical called TRH, delivered in a nose spray. Doctors say TRH, taken nasally, could decrease depression immediately, not after weeks of waiting like with antidepressants such as Zoloft. And immediate help is needed, as 26 U.S. soldiers took their lives in July, the highest number for any month in Army history.
Suicide has been a concern of Army leaders for many years.
Retired Major General James Collins spent 35 years in uniform and says suicide is a complex problem that can't be solved through medication by itself. But while he's not part of the nasal spray study, he supports it and says researchers should leave no stone unturned when it comes to stopping the troubling military suicide trend.
We would be doing the wrong thing if we didn't engage and try to uncover what are the causes and then what are tools that we can use to mitigate the risk of suicides.
This is a 3-year grant from the Army to study this nasal spray, so we may not know if this actually works for some time. But the rate of soldiers taking their lives has now eclipsed the rate of soldiers losing their lives in combat. So clearly a growing problem that the military is trying to get some answers on.
3. Don't ever allow yourself, your family, or anyone you know to ever join the military. This is an obsolete institution now used exclusively for maintaining an establishment that is no longer relevant. U.S. soldiers in Iraq work for U.S. corporations, not the people. Propaganda forces us to believe that war is natural and the military is an honorable institution. Well, if war is natural, why are there 18 suicides every single day by American veterans who have post-traumatic stress disorder? If our military men and women are so honored, why is it that 25% of the American homeless population are veterans?
He's handsome. He's psychic.
Honor.
He's General Omar Anoki. Sky Marshal everyone loves.
And gives us strength to go and win this war. It's a good day to die when you know the reasons why. Citizens, we fight for what is right. A noble sacrifice. When duty calls, you pay the price. For the Federation, I will give my life. It's a good day to die when you know the reasons why. Citizens, we fight for what is right. A noble sacrifice. When duty calls, you pay the price. For the Federation, I will give my life.
Courage, duty, honor.
Eagle, he flies high above us. The eagle, he makes our spirits soar. Give me the strength to carry on, to fight and win this war. It's a good day to die when you know the reasons why. Citizens, we fight for what is right.
Courage, duty, honor.
A noble sacrifice. When duty calls, you pay the price. For the Federation, I will give my life.
Courage, duty, honor.
It's a good day to die when you know the reasons why. Citizens, we fight for what is right. A noble sacrifice. When duty calls, you pay the price. For the Federation, I will give my life. For the Federation, I will give my life.
Would you like to know more?
Yesterday, I dropped troopers into a combat zone. Today, I'm flying to the outer colonies. I'm Fleet.
I'm Fleet too.
We're Fleet too.
We need pilots. We need you.
Me? Really?
If you have strong math skills, high reflex index, and an HED of 8.1 or better, we need you now. 16? No problem. Start training today for your future, citizen.
People say boys don't get good HED, but I do.
When you go Fleet, there's no telling where you'll end up.
You know, when I was young, I dreamed that one day I'd fly a starship or even visit Sanctuary. Fleet has taken me to the top. How high you fly is up to you when you go Fleet. So why not do your part and sign up today?
See you in the cockpit.
Would you like to know more?
Rico. Rico! Pay attention.
Sorry, Mr. Ratchak.
Let's sum up. This year we explored the failure of democracy. While the social scientists brought our world to the brink of chaos. We talked about the veterans, how they took control and imposed the stability that has lasted for generations since. You know these facts, but have I taught you anything of value this year? You, why are only citizens allowed to vote?
It's a reward. What the Federation gives you for doing federal service.
No. Something given has no value. Look, when you vote, you are exercising political authority. You're using force. And force, my friends, is violence. The supreme authority from which all other authority is derived.
My mother always said violence never solves anything.
Really? I wonder what the city fathers of Hiroshima would say about that. You.
They probably wouldn't say anything. Hiroshima was destroyed.
Correct. Naked force has resolved more issues throughout history than any other factor. The contrary opinion, that violence never solves anything, is wishful thinking at its worst. People who forget that always pay.